come, whoever you are. You are welcome here. No matter your age, your size, the color of your eyes, your hair, your skin, you are welcome here. No matter your gender, whom you love, how you speak, or whatever your abilities, you are welcome here. No, you are welcome here, whether you come with laughter in your heart or tears in your eyes. You are welcome here. No matter what you have experienced in the past, no matter what awaits you in the future, you are welcome here. Whether you believe in God all of the time, some of the time, or none of the time, you are welcome here. This is a community of open minds, loving hearts, and willing hands.
Great job, Leah. Thank you, Leah. We're experimenting with inviting our youth to participate a little more in our services, so thank you, Leah, for reading the opening words. My name is Tom. I'm an average height, curly hair guy with a green and blue shirt on today. And good morning and welcome, everyone. We are the South Valley Unitarian Universalist Society, and I'm excited to be here today as your worship leader. Reverend Laura is enjoying her sabbatical. Will be back with us later in the fall. Today, our service, we're very excited to have Peter Verschoor, I might be saying it wrong, as our guest speaker and also artist. So thank you so much for the opening, Prelude, music, Peter. I've got a couple of announcements. The first one, I want to just mention that our offering partner this month is Encircle, and this was our kids' choice. So for those who remember when we have our Easter egg hunt in the back, we call it our Hunt for Justice, and the kids get to sort of vote with their eggs which charity that we will support. And so Encircle is the one that we're supporting this month, and I'll just read a little bit about what they do here. Encircle's mission has been to bring families and communities together to enable LGBTQ plus youth to thrive through safe, supportive, affirming spaces and services. Since 2017, Encircle's mission, I already said that, sorry. So here's some things that they do. Creating welcoming environments, creating homes that feel like family. They provide affirming therapy at low or no cost. They connect peers and families through supportive programs, and they empower communities through research and educational resources. So we're very happy to be supporting Empower. The other announcements I want to make is just about the amazing art that you see around you that has been here for many months now. Soak it in and enjoy it. Maybe after the service you can get up and walk around, because this afternoon the amazing artist Annette Emer, who created these, is going to come and collect them and take them off to other things, so they won't be here anymore. As part of that, I want to just kind of put out an open invitation. If you have art, or if you know an artist who'd like to display stuff, come talk to Brenda Julander. She coordinates that for us, because we love having art up here. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and give everybody a minute or two to stand and share the warmth of community before we get into the rest of our program. So please stand and say hi to each other. Oh, and first, sorry, before you stand, everybody turn around and wave to the online audience. I always forget to do that. Thanks, and we're happy that you're here with us to our online audience. Please feel free to remain standing as we get ready to sing our opening song. And as a matter of fact, I want to give, so go ahead and remain standing, but I just want to give a trigger warning, okay? We're about to sing one of the most special songs in the world. I mean, I love this song, but it's also can be very triggering, okay? I just want to kind of warn and kind of give allowance and space. If you feel like you'd rather not sing, if you feel like you'd rather just listen and think about the Star-Spangled Banner right now, that's totally fine. We're all okay with however we want to engage with the song. sorry. Okay, please remain standing as we light our chalice. I'd like to invite Holden Peterson to come up and light it. Thank you so much, Holden. And now please say with me our chalice lighting words. We light this chalice for the warmth of love, for the light of truth, and for the energy of action, and the flames of resistance. Thank you for everybody who remembered. Go ahead and be seated. I'm going to read to you as part of our invocation here the original poem. This is The New Colossus by Emma Lazarus. Not like the brazen giant of Greek fame, with conquering limbs astride from land to land, here at our sea-washed sunset gates shall stand a mighty woman with a torch, whose flame is the imprisoned lightning, and her name, Mother of Exiles. From her beacon hand glows worldwide welcome. Her mild eyes command the air-bridged harbor that twin cities frame. Keep, ancient lands, your storied pomp, cries she with silent lips. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed, to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. I'd like to invite anybody with a July birthday to come forward. It's time for our birthday blessing. Please know that we, and I speak for all of us as a congregation, we love you. We are happy that you're part of our congregation. May you be filled on this, your birthday month, may you be filled with love and comfort. May you be surrounded by friends and family. May you feel the love of this community towards you. May you feel caring towards others and cared for in return. May you be well. Thank you so much, guys. And now we'll sing out our children as they go out to do some activities outside. This community, our church, and its many, many ministries are only made possible by the gifts that you and I all give together. We give our time, our talent, our treasure. We pledge monthly, many of us, to support this work. And we are so grateful for all of you who participate in so many different ways. Your gifts help to ensure that we're able to live our values of love and justice in the world outside. Part of our ministry at South Valley includes sharing our Sunday worship offering with a charitable organization that aligns with our principles and values. I already mentioned that our partner for July and August is Encircle. So please join me in reading our offertory words. We are this church.
We are its hands, its heart, its voice. Together we share the love of this community and sustain it with our gifts.
We'll now accept the offering. I'd like to invite the ushers to come forward. Thank you. And we're going to hear another wonderful piece by Peter. Thank you. Thank you so much, Peter. For all that we have received, for all that we've had the courage to give, may we be truly thankful. May these gifts be a blessing to South Valley and to Encircle. And now I'd like to invite our sabbatical team to come up and talk to us for a little bit.
Hi, good morning. My name is Becky Condas, and Cinnamon Wolf and I co-lead the Sabbatical Team. And we wanted to reintroduce ourselves today to all of you. We have Caitlin Collins, who represents the worship team, Brian Demick, who is the board president, Brenda Julander from administration, Brenda Voisard, and Maureen Davies from the Caring Circle. And we wanted to speak to you a little bit this morning in light of the circumstances in our country over the past weekend, particularly with the passage of the budget reconciliation bill, and then the terrible tragedy with the flooding in Texas. It's been a very, very difficult weekend. And we want to offer you the support of the Sabbatical Team. We are here for you to listen before services, after services, and additionally, if needed, but really want to offer space for this difficult time that we are all in and the feelings that may come with it. So most of us have our purple name badges, and we'll get the rest of them filled in so that you can pick us out a little bit easier. But please don't be afraid to approach us. We are here for you. Thank you.
Oh, don't go anywhere. Surprise second part to this. We thought it might be helpful, as it's hard for us to listen to you during a service, if we took a little moment here. So I would like to invite you into a moment of meditation with me. So I'm going to ask you to get comfy in your chair. Put your feet flat on the floor. Let your hands fall comfortably into your lap. And if it feels safe to do so, go ahead and close your eyes. And breathe in. And breathe out. Feel the ground beneath you through your feet. Feel the chair beneath you that you have chosen for this morning. Feel yourself present in this space. I'm going to invite you to take a hand and find either a pulse point or place it gently over your heart. And feel your heart beating. And know that your heart is safe inside your body, and your body is safe inside this building. And whatever feelings are happening in your heart and in your body are valid and are not a cause for shame, but a cause for connection. And I'm going to invite you now to listen. Listen to the breathing around you that is not yours. If you listen closely, can you hear the other hearts in this room? We are all here together. Whether you are a regular here or sometimes here or a visitor from far away, we are all here together now. And that is a powerful thing when we need it to be. Know that you are loved and you are whole exactly as you are, and we belong here together. None of us is alone. Bring some gentle movement back to your fingers. Go ahead and wiggle them. Wiggle your toes. Take a big breath in. Let it out nice and slow. And when you are ready, open your eyes. And know that your sabbatical team is always happy to talk to you.
My name is Peter Verschoor, and I am a medium tall guy with olive skin. My pronouns are he and him. We have all seen the breakdown of trust in our society, especially in our traditional institutions such as federal and state government, big corporations, and even organized religion. It feels like America is no longer the envy of other nations. Quite the opposite. In ordinary terms, when the U.S. is compared to most developed countries, we score poorly on so many measures that many wonder if the U.S. will succumb to the decline and fall like the Roman Empire. We have all read over and over about high income inequality, dysfunctional health care, stagnant wages, outrageous costs for homes and college, and that healthy food is out of reach for so many Americans. Job security and pensions are largely a thing of the past. Many big corporations make huge profits year after year. The trickle-down theory espoused by Milton Friedman is obviously bunk. Is our political system outdated? Do we need more political parties? Should the Electoral College be abandoned? Are many, if not most, of our representatives in DC corrupt? We have entered the age of trust nobody. 40 years ago, we trusted our representatives in DC for the most part, and some of those in state and local government. The breakdown of trust in our traditional institutions causes us to find blame. Little wonder that our two-party system is not working. And mistrust in traditional institutions causes personal mistrust. Do we trust the neighbors on our street? Do we trust what we hear on TV or social media? I had to revise my talk because of the news that changes every day. The big, beautiful bill has been signed into law. Cuts to Medicaid are expected to result in 11.8 million Americans losing health insurance. And the extension of tax cuts will give the poorest families $150 a year, while huge tax benefits accrue to the very rich. The annual deficit is already $1.9 trillion. The federal budget just passed will increase the deficit by $3.4 trillion from 2025 to 2034. Yet interest on the national debt was $1.1 trillion last year. Europe can no longer rely on the US for military support. The Pentagon will be cutting back sending weapons to Ukraine, but details remain sketchy. But the US continues to fund Israel by about $4 billion each year. So what do we do about all of this? Despite loss of trust in big corporations, most people have more trust in locally owned businesses. On the local level, we can actually talk to our city councils, our mayors, and our school board representatives. I don't have answers to all these pressing problems. You might start by patronizing local businesses instead of huge corporations. if you can afford to. Maybe you can get a group of 8 or 10 people together and draft a letter to air complaints and suggestions. Reach a consensus and have everyone in the group sign the letter. The group decides the issues and who should receive the letter. Or look up the next school board, local town meeting, or your city council meeting and find out if the public is invited. Then take 2 or 3 or more of your friends to attend to back you up if you're afraid to go alone and speak up. And one of the hardest things is to start talking to your neighbors. Invite 10 or so households to your neighborhood, in your home or backyard for drinks and snacks or a potluck. Just talk about general things. Then you might ask, what is bothering you about ongoing things in our nation? Or what changes would you like to see in our country? What concerns you as a citizen of this country? Just try to listen and understand their point of view. This will take a lot of courage. We have people in this very congregation who have gone door to door in their neighborhoods, not only to discuss these issues, but to run for local government office. So my resistance, which is the theme of the month for July, is to resist fanning the flames of dissent and to start rebuilding trust from the bottom up. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Peter. We are America. We, all of us, capital W, capital E. We have different skin colors, we have different ethnicities, we have different experiences, we have different grievances, different trauma. We have different political opinions, different privileges. We have different sexual orientations, different gender identifications. We are, all of us, America. I'm going to turn things over to someone who can express this way better than I can and in a way more fun way than I can. Joshua Johanson is going to illustrate this for us now.
You've been begging for the truth.
Thank you so much, Josh. Oh my gosh. Let's have one more round of applause. Woo! Josh, fantastic. Fantastic, Josh. Thank you so much. How often do you get that in church, guys? I mean, come on. Fantastic. Fantastic. And I think, and unfortunately, I tend to be very somber in my remarks, so hopefully I don't bring you down too much. But the whole idea here is that we celebrate our diversity, right? Celebration. That we are excited to have different people around us. Like I say, identify in different ways, think different ways. And it's hard, right? This can be a challenge. I mean, this is so fun, obviously, to see Josh, but it's important to remember that not everyone has the same reaction to the diversity that is a part of us, right? It's hard sometimes to celebrate things. Some people may not celebrate a drag show or the opportunity to see people expressing themselves freely. It may be hard for us to acknowledge that those people are also part of the we, right? Even the people that are less open-minded than maybe we would like, they are part of the we. We welcome them into America as well. I'm going to talk to you for a moment about something that, a moment of celebration, inclusion that never even occurred to me until about 5 years ago, when I went through a huge upheaval in my personal beliefs and ended up becoming an atheist. I'm going to read something for you, if I can find it. Okay, here we go. Got to switch over. Sorry, just give me a second. There we go. I'm going to read something for you, and I want you to try really hard not to repeat, okay? Just listen. Might be hard. I pledge allegiance to my flag and the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Did it hit anybody a little weird? You guys hear the weirdness, the difference? What I just read to you was the original Pledge of Allegiance, right? Thank you. The original Pledge of Allegiance, the way it was written by Francis Bellamy, who was a Baptist minister way back in 1892. And this is just me putting my interpretation, but 1892, I think they were still very much thinking about the Civil War, right? This was less than 30 years after the Civil War concluded. And so the key word that he really wanted to put in there was one nation, indivisible. One nation, indivisible. And I think that the ironies, I didn't write down the year, I can't remember, I think it was in the 1930s or 40s when there was a movement to insert under God into the Pledge of Allegiance. And like I say, up until about 5 years ago, I thought of that as also a unifying thing, that of course we can all rally around the words under God. But then I became an atheist. And it occurred to me, oh, this is a divisive statement now. Now suddenly I'm the one. Like, it felt very inclusive when I was part of the group that was being included, right? Now that I was part of the group being excluded, it doesn't feel inclusive at all anymore. Now, does that mean that I, stop participating or stop loving my country or any of these things? Absolutely not. And as a matter of fact, I still love to say the Pledge of Allegiance, but we all engage with it in different ways, right? It's like I said back with the Star-Spangled Banner. You may not be feeling like singing the Star-Spangled Banner right now. That's okay. You engage with it in the way that makes sense for you. The way I engage with the Pledge of Allegiance is whenever it's said, I just skip those words. I just stop and wait for the under God to be done and then keep going with indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And maybe someday, I imagine, I wish, hope in the future we can go back to a version that's more like the original. But that's part of the aspiration, right? We participate in the way that we can. We stay engaged. We're part of the we. and look forward to trying to make our country more inclusive and include more of us as much as we can and in any way that we can. I'm going to read you another example of just wonderful, wonderful words that have not always meant what I think they mean now. Anyway, you'll understand. I'm going to read for you the most famous paragraph from the Declaration of Independence. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed, that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. As you may well know, even when Thomas Jefferson wrote these hugely powerful, earth-shattering words, they were a lie. It's obvious he's only including 50% of the population, right, by just saying all men are created equal and not including the women. Obviously, they should have been part of that equation. But we know from historical context as well that Thomas Jefferson didn't really even mean all men. He meant the men he was thinking of, right? He didn't mean it to include the slaves. He didn't mean it to include indigenous peoples. He didn't mean it to include other marginalized groups. It is now, and yet these words still echo with us because the idea is still the same, and the idea is still earth-shattering and still aspirational for us, just like I said. Because today, it still goes on. Even now, as we know that we interpret this to mean all people. When I said all men are created equal, it means all people. It's still a lie. It's still not true. We're still not including all of the marginalized groups that we need to be including. So this is our challenge. This is our challenge to go and find ways to fulfill the promise of these words, to continue to perfect our wonderful country that sometimes we love and sometimes we hate, just like any complicated relationship. But I hope that we can continue to love these words that challenge us and inspire us. And I hope to challenge you today to think about ways that we can make our country better, more inclusive, that we can find ways to institute new government, in Thomas Jefferson's words, in a way that secures these unalienable rights to and for its people. I don't have all the answers. More importantly, I don't have your answer. Like I say, we will all engage differently. Some of us will find ourselves at the rallies. Some of us will find ourselves mourning and needing to protect ourselves, frankly, from the deluge of news and information that tends to inflame us. Sometimes that's the way we need to engage, is by protecting ourselves. Each of us will do it differently, and each of us will find a different way to engage and to, hopefully, over time, fight and resist the slide into fascism, and to find ways to reach out and love our friends and one another, including our friends that don't, and family, sometimes are the hardest ones, that don't have our same opinions. Each of us can fight for liberty and justice and find ways to increase love and compassion in this land. I'd like to invite you now to sing with me a song that says, "This land is my land, this land is your land," and I want you to think about big your, okay? Everyone that can be included. Thank you, Oz, for coming forward. And you're invited to stand, and let's sing "This Land Is Your Land" together. Standing, and we'll, as we extinguish our chalice, please say with me our extinguished chalicing words. We extinguish this chalice,
but not the warmth of love, the light of truth, or the energy of action. We hold each other in our hearts until we meet again.
And again, hear these words from our wonderful U.S. Constitution. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union. Please, I challenge you to think about we, the people, and make that we as big as possible. Please be seated for our postlude.